Hello, vinyl community. Thanks for returning, and I appreciate the positive comments on my first video. This is going to be a quick tour of my record room, what I call my upstairs record room. I'll go over some posters, art, some of my singles, give you a quick tour of a few record cases. So I hope you enjoy the tour. And then I love to go to flea markets on Sunday morning, so I have a small take from today's flea market that I'd like to show you as well. So enjoy. So these are my components. I use a Marantz 2238B. This is a great sounding receiver. I just had it fully serviced. I keep trying to convince myself I need to upgrade, but then I go and listen to newer models and I can't really justify the cost. Then I have just a run-of-the-mill Marantz CD changer that I play my CDs on. This is my Pioneer turntable. It's from probably the early to mid 70s. It has a Sumiko Rainier cartridge on it. Real nice sounding table. And I have my cassette deck. I occasionally play cassettes, and this is a Sanyo Plus series. This was their top of the line model from back in the day. It has nice backlighting on it. Then on top I have this little crate of CDs, and these are all of my Pearl Jam CDs. Well, not all of them, but these are part of a series from 2000. So for example, this CD is from August the 17th of 2000. It was a show in Nashville, Tennessee. It just has a track listing. I think there were about 70 CDs in this series. It's a great series, and unlike many CDs, these actually appreciate, and there are some CDs that do. Some bands command a pretty good amount on the secondary market. And then I just have the equipment housed on a IKEA shelf, and this is filled with a lot of my jazz albums. I kind of showed you in my last video, but I love 7-inch singles, picture sleeves, and I have many in these great frames around the house and in this room. This is a Plastic Ono band, 7-inch, Give Peace a Chance, Remember Love on Apple. Sure, Apple label. And these are also Boston acoustic bookshelf speakers from the mid-1980s. I think they're either A60s or A80s. Great sounding speakers. Yeah. I'm also a huge David Bowie fan, and this is kind of a rare 7-inch. This is on Pi Records, and this is actually an EP. And this is another rack filled with a lot of original 1990s LPs, along with a lot of rock and soul LPs. Many of them are sealed, so please don't give me a hard time about not opening my albums. I do have many in my collection that have not been opened yet. Sometimes I have multiple copies, other times I have it on CD format. These are two Smashing Pumpkin boxes. It's a Blue Note box, which someone commented on in a previous video, so I may go over that quickly towards the end of this video. It's from Acoustic Sounds. This is a great Pearl Jam poster. I was actually at this concert. They toured with a band of horses, and this was in Buffalo, New York, May 10th of 2010. I was a part of a lottery from their fan club, which I won tickets, and well, I didn't win the tickets. I was able to purchase the tickets early, and I was in the third row. This is a framed and autographed Bo Diddley album. Another Dimension. He was a very influential rock and roll, rhythm and blues guitarist. I have my dogs, Nipper and Chipper, who kind of watch over the room. Anybody familiar with early period RCA recordings, either white or shaded dog labels, will recognize nipper. I have this great Ray Charles poster, probably from the late 60s or early 70s. I'm also a huge Ray Charles fan. And this was at the Auditorium Theater, $4 for a ticket. This is another case filled with jazz recordings. Don't be fooled by the tags there. I am missing Ringo, unfortunately, but I will find him one day. And on the top, I just have a bunch of CD box sets that I'll probably go over at another time. And actually, the Al Green is not a CD. That's a recent box set. All his 7-inch releases on vinyl, mastered from the analog tapes. Really, really excellent sounding. And then it's a Jackson box set as well. This is a framed album, Ben and Ellen Harper. I'm a huge Ben Harper fan. I'll probably do several videos on his discography. But I was fortunate to visit his family's store. They own a folk music store in California. And I picked up this album. And coincidentally, his mother was working at the store at the time. Just a lovely, gracious lady. And she took a picture with me and spent a little time talking about the store. It was just a real nice experience. I have my Baldwin piano filled with a bunch of fun little trinkets. I have these Elvis packets. I don't know when these were put out, probably in the 70s. No, maybe in the 80s. I see a barcode. And these have some exclusive photos inside. And you have some classic albums on the front. Of course, I have my buddy Linus, a 7-inch box set of Bob Dylan. I have this framed and autographed photo of David Byrne from the movie and soundtrack Stop Making Sense, and it's signed by members of the band. I have more picture sleeves. This was kind of I'm assuming a record store display for the Red and White Beatle albums. This is probably going to have a lot of reflection, but this is a Foo Fighters embossed on aluminum poster made by Emick, and he's an artist that does a lot of rock and roll posters. And this was a set of 90, and there was also a set done in copper, and I think there are 100 of those. So there was a lottery when it was announced that this would go on sale. I knew that aluminum was the 13th element on the periodic table, so I guessed that number and I was correct. So I was able to purchase this. Another framed album, artist I really love, Alice Coltrane. Some fun items here. I have my vinyl clock, just a rack of some CDs. Great poster, the Pixies. I have another framed album, autographed Chuck Berry Twist. And this was signed in 1966. And I have another record case here with a lot of, again, original 90s pressings. I have my record cleaning machine. Some more of my singles displayed. And this is special. This is a box set that I purchased from the Pearl Jam fan club. Here I have more box sets. More of my 7-inch picture sleeves. $1.98 for a 7-inch single. Boy, those were the days. I have the Pumpkins, Rage, the Beasties, Nirvana. This is a great Soul box set, 7-inch singles. I also collect these great 45 cases, and this is actually a dual one. And I have this filled with Pearl Jam singles, which I will probably go over in a Pearl Jam video in the future. This is another really well done box set. Some more box sets down there. A couple more singles. And I have this great old box. I imagine this in a drugstore display. Okay, the Blue Note box. I purchased this box from Acoustic Sounds, and this is a beautiful box. Some great photos, some album covers on the back. Art Blakey. There are folks who are under the impression that all CDs sound terrible and the sound quality is poor, and that's just not the case. If the mastering is done correctly, they can sound very good. And this set put out by Analog Productions is just phenomenal. So I won't go through all the CDs, but they are just, there's a lot of classic Blue Note titles within the set. I'll just kind of pull out a few, kind of show you. Anything they do is just of the highest quality. Sorry we're getting so much glare. Alright, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And like I said, I'm going to go over a quick find from this morning at the flea market. I paid $2 or $3 for each of these. And I'm fussy, so if it's not in at least excellent condition, I kind of pass. This is a part of a Time Life series. This is Ella Fitzgerald. It's a 2-disc set. Actually, these sound quite good. So when I see one with an artist I really like, I pick it up. Let's see, I'm just going to put these on here. This I did not get at the flea market today. I bought it yesterday at Target. This is Medicine at Midnight by the Foo Fighters. And this is the limited edition exclusive alternate embossed cover, art, and band photo. So I was excited about that. And then Low Ride, Earl Clue. Two of a Kind with Bob James. Creedence Gold. The Distance, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Full Moon Fever, Tom Petty. Eat to the Beat, Blondie. Damn the Torpedoes, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Asia, Steely Dan. Nonstop Erotic Cabaret, Soft Cell. This was, I guess this was the find of the day. This is the Nautilus Half-Speed Master, probably from 1980. Morning Dance, Spiral Gyra. Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy. Okay, that's it. Thanks again.